Okay, so first what you want to do is open your image. You want to make sure that you're not in 3D. You want to make sure that we're just in the essentials. So Windows Essentials default, and you can even reset them to get them where they need to be. So first, what I want you to do is to crop the image so all that you have is your monster in the image. And I'm using one of yours. The next thing I want to show you how to do is we're going to get rid of all the white space. So you need to make sure you unlock the background, and you do that by double clicking on the lock. So this is our quick select tool. So we're the fourth one down. You want to make sure we're on the plus side, and I need to make my brush a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go in, and if you see how I got into the monster, I'm going to hit alternate, and it's going to allow me to subtract parts that I don't want to delete. So then I'm just going to delete. This is what you should be getting as a checkerboard. Okay, I have everything removed in the background, but before I turn this into a 3D object, I actually want to make this look a little bit better. So I'm going to select the wings. I'm just going to select the wings. And you have to take your time doing this when you're selecting things to make sure you get it selected accurately. Okay. So I have this wing selected. I'm going to actually go to edit and to fill, and I'm going to fill it in with a gray. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Once again, let's edit, fill, click OK. So that's looking a little bit better. Let's do the eyes. I'll go back in and I'll actually paint the eyeball back in. So you're going to have your original sketch, but then you're going to have this image, which is going to be a lot better. Pick red. And now I need to go back in. This is my paintbrush here. I'm going to pick black. Make sure the opacity is at 100. And this is where you pick your brush size. There we go. I can actually paint his eyelashes back on. Okay, now after I have gotten him cleaned up a bit, he looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but that's okay. We're going to go into Window and click 3D. Once you do Window 3D, you want to do 3D extrusion and then hit Create. And then it's going to ask you, this is going to create a 3D layer, and you want to hit Yes. And this is what should happen. So if we move him back and forth, you can see he has a shadow underneath of him. Once you have that L shape up there, you can click V. That will give you these options. And the depth of the extrusion, which you'll see over here, you want to make 0. So I did that. And then this here, if you click V again, you've got all kinds of options over here. So you want it rough, you want it to shine. Mine's still thinking. Now, if you click on your monster and then you hit V, it'll give you these options. And you see this gives you the width and the angle of how round you want your shape to be. So we changed the extrusion depth to 0, and then I changed the beveling on the image, and this is how round the image is going to be when you rotate it. So if we rotate it, so I click this button up here and it's letting me rotate it on an axis. So I need to click V again. And I want to go here. And I want to inflate. You can see your options are over here. It's froze. So you can see that I changed the width and the angle. And this is going to be dependent on your image. You can see that he's 3-dimensional now. It's going to give you an idea of how thick you want him. You know, do you want his body to be fat? Do you want his and you need to mess with these numbers and the inflation number to see where you want your monster. Once you're done with this, you need to save it. So then you go to, as soon as it's done adjusting, you're going to go to File and then Save As, and you're going to save this as a Photoshop document. Actually, we can save it as a JPEG, so that's what you want to do. And then you have a 3D image.